Hello, guys. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natasha.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
Welcome, welcome.
Hello, guys.
How's everybody doing?
You know what? It was nice and rainy here today, and this is my favorite weather.
Yeah, me too.
Overcast.
Especially it's been so hot.
Yes. I've been sipping hot tea. So this is kind of, it has been hot.
Yes.
I'm just concerned now it's going to be humid, but that's neither here nor there. We're not going to focus on that.
We're going to enjoy the rain.
Yes.
So, guys, we were talking about changing lanes. And it could be in your career, in your relationships,
in your health,
your hobbies, things you want to do, things you don't want to do. And we have come to the conclusion that it isn't written in stone. And we just want to encourage people and give you permission to change your mind.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to ask anybody. You don't need anybody's permission.
Nope.
You can change your mind. Now, having said that, just like changing lanes, you can't cross over 5 lanes and get off sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, just
you have to get over slowly.
You probably need to plan a little bit. You might need to save a little bit. There might be some education you need, some classes you need to take, some credentials you need. There might be some stuff,
but you can make the decision.
But you can make the decision, and you can do those things. Yeah. That might take some time and effort, some expense, but if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do.
Yes.
And oftentimes, I think we get, especially where resources are concerned, and in my mind, resources are things that you can't get back. Like money. You can make more money, but what you spent is spent. That's gone. Now, you can make more, but what you spent is you're not seeing that money again. And time.
Yes.
And that's sometimes the excuse we make is,
I've done this for this long.
Yes. And I spent this much money. I spent this much time getting this degree. I've spent this much time building this type of career.
Yes.
And then you decide you don't want that. And so you justify sometimes staying in a place you don't need to be.
Yeah, not a good place or not happy. I think too, a lot of it is fear of what are people going to say? Like, sometimes you want to change and you don't know why you used to love being an accountant and now you want to sell pillowcases on Etsy. So maybe you don't know why. And so I think there's a fear of like, well, why? Why would you want to change? This is, being confronted with why. And I think you just have to be okay with knowing this is what I want, period. In explaining why may or may not even be an option for you. It may just be, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to do.
And you don't have to explain.
No.
You really don't.
If they're not funding the journey, you don't owe them anything.
Somebody told me, and this was really good advice, never explain. Your friends don't need an explanation and your enemies won't believe you. And that's good advice.
That is great
And that's
advice.
The truth. Friends who love you, people who love you, they'll understand.
Yep.
And if they don't, oh well.
Or they'll at least support even if they don't understand.
Right. Because you have this one life.
Yes.
This one life to live, and you need to be true to you.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Whatever that may be.
Whatever you're trying to do. But there's a really good scripture about that, y'all. It's 2 Chronicles 25:9, and it's a king is going to war, and he has so many soldiers, a certain number, and he feels like he needs more, so he hires more and spends a boatload of money on these soldiers. And the priest comes to him and says, yeah, don't take them. God's not going to help you with that. He's not going to bless that. And like us, I've spent all this money.
Right.
I have spent all this money getting these people. What am I going to do about that? And then the priest tells him, the Lord is able to give you much more than this. So I feel like that too. When you're true to you, whatever it is, and it may or may not be money, but it will just be more of an authentic
Yes.
you, which is
Abundance.
always better.
Yes, I
Always
agree.
better if it's authentically you. Whatever it is that you need to do it. So we just want to encourage. There might be somebody listening today that's kind of vacillating, should I,
A
shouldn't
transition of some
I?
sort.
What?
Yeah.
And y'all, I know people that have had big careers, big things, went to school for a long time and decided they didn't want to do
Do
that
that anymore.
anymore.
Yeah.
And they did something else.
You knew someone that was a physician who ended up becoming a teacher, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I remember thinking, whoa, but if they're happy, like that's.
Yeah. And just didn't want to do that. It ended up not being what she wanted to do. And now she's very happy
in what she does.
So.
And I think, this is everyone's sign. Permission to change. It starts and ends with you.
Right.
It really, and I think the older I get, the more, and especially having friends that have passed away, even though I'm fairly young, I still have friends that have passed away and attending those funerals. And I just think, man, this is going to end. Like, I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah. What you need to do.
What I need to do. And then it's like, we talked about, is it Amanda Gorman? Am I saying their last name right? What if she would have thought, or what if she would have listened to someone who said a poet? You're not going to make it as a poet. Like, just thinking of things that could have derailed her. But because she was her authentic self, or at least so we believe, it has opened doors for her. Right. So I kind of think it's the same. Even if
and
it doesn't,
such magic in it. There's when the thing is, the thing that you want to do, the thing that you're good at, the thing that you enjoy, that makes your heart sing, that is a thing with magic in it.
Yes.
And whatever
and no one else can do it like you.
And no one else can do it like you.
That's it.
So that's where the magic is, and that's what you need to do. So, like I said, just be encouraged. And once you make the decision, I think doors start to open.
Yes.
And things start to line up. And like I said, you can't always cross 5 lanes and get off. So depending on what you want to do and where you are now, you might need to recalibrate a little bit.
Yeah.
You might, the GPS kind of can get you turned around, your life's GPS.
Yes. But it still starts with the decision.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it can be done. It can be done. Absolutely. It can absolutely be done. So we just want to encourage you if somebody's kind of struggling with that and not knowing what to do, but you can change.
Yeah.
And you have a right to change your mind.
Absolutely.
So, guys, I think we told you about my son. We're calling this peculiar pickings. My son Connor has a knack for finding just
super
odd
cool
things.
Stuff.
Very cool things, but kind of odd sometimes. And we want to share a couple of them with you. There is a countertop ice maker that makes sonic ice, y'all.
Tiny crushed cubes of amazingness.
Yes. It's a bit pricey, but
you can't put a price on love.
Or happiness. That's what I say. You can't put a price on happiness. But it makes 24 pounds of ice a day. So that's a lot. So this would be great to have
like
just
an
extra,
or in the
for
summer,
a party.
In the summer in Texas.
when you need so much ice. So it's a GE profile. We'll put all the info and show you the picture. Opal countertop nugget ice maker. But it is that good sonic ice. And you guys, if you live in the South where it's hot, I guess that's the hottest part of the country. There is nothing better than being in the car, going through Sonic and getting a cold whatever.
The crunchiest,
Diet Coke.
Most delicious ice you've ever had.
Oh my goodness, y'all. It's heaven.
I told you I did not like ice previously, and my firstborn changed my mind. I was pregnant and it was hot, and I remember thinking, I should put ice, but I never use ice. I'm room temp. everything. Room temp Dr. Pepper, room temp water.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to leave my Dr. Pepper in the car to get hot, and it was so good.
Oh.
And so I know everyone's always like, yuck, but I loved it. And I remember getting that ice, and I was like, this is the
amazing
best ice ever. Like,
that's just
what
amazing.
have I been missing? Yeah, so there's no price you can put on that.
No, it's a beautiful thing. And the other peculiar picking we have, this one's mine actually. There's a lady, her company is called Slapstick Social, and she stitches, bitching and stitching, she calls it, embroidery, all kinds of little sayings. She's kind of snarky and cheeky.
She has some
really cute things, sayings. She'll personalize bandanas. I'll put a picture. I got a little bandana personalized from her that's adorable, but she's so fun, y'all. And just the cutest little cheeky, smart things. And she's got an Instagram account and an Etsy account.
Which we'll tag.
We'll tag
sure.
and show you some of her cute things. But that's those are two hopefully new to you things.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
that you did not know about.
If it came from Connor, it's new to them.
It's
he
new.
Finds stuff before anybody.
He has a knack, that y'all. Sure. I don't know. He keeps me cool. Connor knows where all the cool things are.
Oh,
where all
I hope
the cool
my kids keep me cool.
Where all the cool restaurants are, the cool things to eat, you know.
Cool restaurants are my jam.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of cool, even though we are all lying to ourselves here in Texas, at least, it just moves earlier and earlier. You go to stores like Target or Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and the seasons just move more into the summer every year, right? So you start to see stuff, Halloween, fall stuff, and it's not cool outside at all. It's a smooth 98 degrees. But Pumpkin Spice Latte is out, right? It's out at
everywhere.
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, really, it is
everywhere.
Dunkin' Donuts, of course, that one's like international. It's out at Starbucks. One of my local favorites for pumpkin drinks is White Rock Coffee.
Oh,
theirs is so good. They have a pumpkin chai that is to die for. But
that sounds good. I do like chai.
It is. I do too. Yeah. I love chai. But my question is Pumpkin Spice Latte hype or is it right? Which side of the fence are you on?
Okay, now y'all, we talked about this a couple episodes ago about things being good on paper. For me, pumpkin spice is one of those things that's good on paper. I love the smell of it. When I go, there's pumpkin spice everything. There's candles,
potpourri,
there's soap, there's everything. I love the smell of it. There is nothing more autumnal. It really puts you in that fall mood, the smell of it. But the taste,
it don't do it for you.
It just doesn't. Okay. And I mean, now if I come to your house and you offer me pumpkin spice something, I'm drink it. I will and probably enjoy it to some degree, but it's really not my jam.
But you're not going to rush to Starbucks.
I'm not going to ask for it.
Okay.
But the smell is the smell is divine.
The smell for me, as someone who lives where it's pretty hot, the smell makes me wish for a cool breeze. The smell makes me believe that the fall is coming, and we need that.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
We do.
It psychs your mind into believing that it's fall.
So my husband loves, and I do say that with a twinge of about it. Yeah. He loves pumpkin spice lattes. Gets excited when the season starts in August and it's 140 degrees and he's sipping this drink. And so he loves it. And I think his excitement has made me like it, but I don't love it. So I'm going to tell you, this is my little secret drink. It's not really a secret menu. It's what I make to be in the loop, but not in the center of the loop. Okay. I'm on the outer skirts. So I order anywhere that sells pumpkin. I order a chai tea latte because I love chai tea lattes with almond milk. Okay. Just to be specific, chai tea latte with almond milk. And no matter where I am, I get them to add 1 pump or 2 pumps if I get something bigger of pumpkin spice. That is delicious.
Okay.
And I have turned a few people onto this. Actually, we'll post a little recipe thing.
Well, I think the spice in chai is probably the same spice that's in, isn't it?
Some
Do
of
they
it
overlap?
They overlap.
What pumpkin spice? What is pumpkin spice?
So it's nutmeg,
cinnamon.
Hold on, I'm missing
allspice,
one.
maybe?
Allspice, yes. Whereas chai, now authentic
It's
chai,
cardamom.
That's right. That's the difference. So when you blend those
still
two,
cinnamon though.
Still cinnamon. They just make a pretty baby.
Okay, well
I'm telling you, it's good.
I can see that.
And so I do it to be, in the loop, but I don't need to get pumpkin spice every day. Like that's not it.
Yeah.
My husband, girl, he eats the muffins. The little pumpkin spice muffins with that big old thing of cream cheese. He eats that. He loves that too.
I don't know.
I can't. It's not. I don't love it.
Maybe it's an allspice. I'm thinking because I do like cinnamon and nutmeg and other things.
Yeah, but allspice kind of.
Something
if it ain't in yams, I don't want it.
Something about pumpkin spice because I don't like pumpkin pie either. That's the same thing, isn't it?
It is the same thing.
So it's just something about.
So do you like sweet potato pie?
I do, but you don't put that in sweet potato pie.
No, you don't.
That's what it is. Yeah. Maybe it's just it might be the allspice. I
hate that we're both on the side of hype, but I think it's hype. And I think, I don't want to ruin this for anyone, but I mean, come on, guys. We know that if you're sipping that while shopping at Michael's, you buy all this Halloween crap, even though you're 2-3 months ahead.
That's okay.
It puts you in the mood.
I get it.
It's literally seasonal foreplay.
I wish I could, join the club. I just can't.
Pumpkin spice is seasonal foreplay. That's what it is. I just realized we've all been duped. Wow.
Yeah.
And if my husband listens to this episode, he's gonna feel so attacked.
We love y'all.
We do.
If you
think it's right, just
lover,
do it, boo.
We love you.
Just do it.
And do you, boo?
Yes.
But we're just not a fan. But the smell, the smell it's selling it. Really, because the smell,
baby, it is
really.
I can close my eyes right now and think of walking into that, going into Home Goods, and it smells like that.
Y'all, the air conditioner is on full blast,
baby.
But you walk in and that smell, it still transports.
We had thunderstorms this morning, so it's cloudy, very overcast. It is 90 degrees.
No joke.
I just checked my watch. It's 90 degrees even after all of that. And your girl drank one on the way here. I sure did. I had chai tea latte with almond milk, add 2 pumps of pumpkin spice because it was a grande.
Yeah,
I don't. I should feel ashamed.
I don't know. I get it though.
It's not your jam.
It just puts you in the mood.
I think we're both on the side of hype.
I think what it is too, especially in the South here where it's hot. You're just so ready for a change.
You're ready.
We have 2 seasons. When I told y'all hot and hotter, that's for real. we don't really have fall. It does not exist.
We don't.
So you have to have a pretend fall. And pumpkin spice just, it sells it for us.
Our daughter's birthday, our anniversary and our daughter's birthday both fall in October. And I remember trying to first time mom, and I helped friends get bags together, and I didn't give birth at a hospital. I did birthing center. We may do a whole thing on that one day because we have that in common, even though it's boomer and millennial, but we both share a midwife, which is really a cool coincidence that we had no idea was the case. And I remember I was trying to pack a bag, and I was like, well, I don't know if it's going to be cold or hot or raining. But I mean, just it's so wacky here in Texas. You never know. And I left wearing a short sleeve shirt after giving birth. It was warm. It was warm in October. So, and I want to say that Halloween was warm too.
In fairness, we get it because pumpkin spice lets you have a fall that we don't really have.
We don't have.
So
we don't have it.
We're going to give everybody a pass.
We're pretending.
It's not our jam, but we love you.
Yeah, we'll give y'all a pass.
Okay. So this is just a little tidbit of good news. Texas needs some good news now. We've had some not good news, but Texas County and the city of Dallas have set an ambitious goal to house more than 2,700 people experiencing homelessness over the next 2 years. And why they are setting this goal is because in Houston, Mandy Chapman Simples has secured permanent housing for over 23,000 people, you guys, since
Wow.
2012. So
That's amazing.
The Dallas Housing Authority and the Metro Dallas Homeless Alliance, the Homeless Collaborative, Mesquite and Grand Prairie, I think those cities have announced a partnership, and they've come together, threw a lot of money at this, and they're trying to help
People
eliminate or at least make smaller
the
homeless population.
And
it's
I think
great.
That's amazing.
It's a great idea, and we pray it works. Mandy has done major work. Yeah. So if she can do it, I think we can do it.
I agree.
If they can get everybody on board, which I think this is something. This crosses political lines and everything. And
religious lines
and it's
racial lines. It is.
It's the right thing to do.
My husband's mom, she always says that people are just one or two paychecks away from being homeless.
Oh, that's the truth.
And she was
depending on your
situation.
Yeah. And what can happen?
Anything can happen.
Really illness, a terrible accident.
Car accident. Yes. Yes.
I mean, there's a
slew of things that can happen.
That could put you at risk.
Yes.
So,
put you at a heightened risk. And even, a lot of people rent, you own and I rent. And I just realized that's a fun difference. And I always read the fine print. And with the housing market being what it is, people spending thousands upon thousands more than the asking price, the person who we rent our home from literally only has to give us 60 days notice to say, hey, I decided to sell this house because it's like a really good deal. And I don't know if in 60 days I could uproot everything we have. My gosh, it certainly would be not hard. Yeah, it would be difficult.
Yeah.
And then, you do that and you toss in a job loss or, someone had COVID and they were really sick and they didn't have income because of that. It's really not as difficult as people might believe. And I know I used to work at the Salvation Army on Harry Hines. And if you know anything about Dallas, it gives you an idea of where it is. It's right next to Parkland, which is one of the largest hospitals in the nation.
And a county hospital.
Yes. And I would meet people and their stories were just fascinating. And that's when I learned that the stereotype that we believe about homelessness is not true. Absolutely. I would meet women who escaped domestic violence. There were 2 ex-Dallas Cowboys players that stayed there. And me growing up being a Dallas Cowboys fan and having seen them on TV and, you just think this is impossible. And they tell you money comes and it goes and you're so used to getting big amounts when that stops, everything just starts to kind of crumble. It was really humbling and really fascinating. And some of them were just the sweetest, greatest, helpful people. And I realized wow, this is really circumstantial. This is not anything other than circumstantial.
Refugees, you think people have in their minds a certain conception of what, constitutes a refugee, what happened. But these were people, they had businesses, they were lawyers, they were doctors, they were teachers.
Yes.
And there was a war.
Yeah.
Or a coup.
That uprooted.
Or something crazy.
Yeah.
And suddenly everything that everything you've worked for is gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
And if
you've
leave.
ever experienced a big loss, we years ago leased a place, found out later through the city that it was leased illegally. We did everything right. And upwards of $25,000, $30,000 later, we had to start over. And it was beyond difficult. It was, even thinking about it still makes me feel just a surge of emotions. And we did everything right. And all of a sudden, everything was gone. So
that's life.
It is.
So but the thing is, if you've experienced anything, and most people have, you have compassion.
Hopefully,
for
yes.
people. Hopefully you do, and that this could happen to anyone.
Anyone, yeah. So I stand behind it. I'm really happy to hear about it.
And we're praying it's successful.
Yes.
I think it will be. I really do think it will be. So we'll keep you tuned in about it and how it's going. But the process has started, and hopefully we can get some people some housing.
Yes, housing. Yes, safety housing.
Yes.
Okay, so this week, who do you have as your boyfriend?
This week, I'm picking McDreamy. Patrick Dempsey, that played McDreamy on Grey's Anatomy. He is a cutie. He is. He's been off Grey's Anatomy for a couple seasons now. It's been a minute, but that's where you know him from the most. There was a cute little rom-com that he was in. It's some years old, but it's still super cute. I think it was Maid of Honor.
Okay.
I think that was the name.
And he was in it?
He was in it. It was kind of a best friend thing. And then he realizes he loves the best friend, but then the best friend's getting married
to someone else.
Yeah, to someone else. So it was super cute, and he's cute. We know he's cute.
Yeah, he's cute.
He's very cute.
So, fun fact: I've never watched that show.
What, Grey's?
I hear people gasping in my head. I hear that. Yeah, no, I don't like medical shows. Like, I always tend to point out everything that's not true. And so I ruin it for myself.
I was going to say the medicine is incidental, but I mean, it's the
is
setting.
Is it incidental?
I mean, not really. I don't know.
You're like, that ain't why I watched it.
Well, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't get into it.
It is medical, but not as medical as some of them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So although it is,
you've just
drama,
made me change my Sexiest Man Alive.
It's a little lighter.
Okay.
You know how I think some medical shows are very heavy, and Grey's is not.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It kind of makes me not really put it in that classification because it's just not a heavy show. It is medical, but I don't know.
That's just the setting.
Yeah, that's.
So you just made me change my Sexiest Man Alive. You're gonna see why. Even though I was really married to my man for this week, it's okay. He can be my man next week. That's fine. So McDreamy is oftentimes compared recently to a real life doctor who was considered one of the sexiest doctors alive, and he is smoking hot. I love watching his stuff. His
What's
name
he
is
on?
Doctor. He's not on TV. He is a real life doctor. So he has like a YouTube. He has Instagram, TikTok. All the things. I follow him on Instagram.
What kind of physician is he?
Is he family medicine? I think he's family medicine.
So he's answering questions.
So he answers questions. Cool. Just talks about just all kinds of stuff, right? But his name is Dr. Mike. This is him. So she's getting to see him. He is
he's
hot
very cute.
Sauce.
Oh, he's McDreamy too. He is
so
very McDreamy.
That's everyone's comparison is him to McDreamy.
And this is a real doctor.
This is a real,
not a pretend doctor.
And I like his story. I believe his mother is passed, but he talks about like coming here from Russia. He was born in Russia, and just his background. But it's the only medical drama I'm interested in. So I follow him. I cannot.
Is he on TikTok?
He's on TikTok.
Okay.
We'll tag him on Instagram. But he does. I don't know. He does really cool covers.
He is cute.
But people compare them all the time. So when you said it, I said, well, I guess Dr. Mike.
We're just the pretend McDreamy and
the real McDreamy. So Dr. Mike is who I'm going to put in this week as my Sexiest Man Alive this week. It'll change. It'll change, Dr. Mike. Don't worry. You're only a placeholder for a few days.
And it was Maid of Honor was the movie I was talking about. Maid of Honor.
Okay.
But it was cute. So I don't know. It's probably on Netflix or Hulu or something.
I know I've seen it.
It's a little older one, but it's super cute.
Oh my God, I'm going to watch it.
Just FYI.
I knew about the buzz and everyone would talk about it and I would just nod and smile, but I was like, I've never seen.
I was into it and then they would, it's a long running.
Yes, it is.
Show. You guys know that. So there have been lots of changes and people have come and gone and things. And in transitions, I would just not be interested anymore and stop. But my oldest daughter would get me back because I'm like, I'm done with it. And she was like, oh, Mom. And she'd get me back on it. So
that's funny.
Now it's a habit. It's a habit I can't kick.
I am a horrible, like I always pick up a book. I always have a book that I'm reading and then I start another book. And anyway, I think I'm a book addict. So I can't pick up any TV shows. Like I want to watch Outlander. So I do.
I have time. I have time. I like to read too. Yeah. But there's some things that and this too, because some things we watch to talk to y'all about. Right. But I'm doing things while I'm watching. So I'm not intently watching. There's a few things I intently watch, like Outlander. I do intently watch.
See, and I'm trying so hard.
Other things, I'm kind of listening.
I'm so intimidated because Outlander has so many seasons. I'm like, I'm never going to catch up.
It doesn't, not that many. Just like what, 5, 6, 5.
That's a lot.
That's not that many
to me. Well, that's like being on book number 7 and saying you don't have
Grace, a lot. How many? Like 17?
I don't know. I've never even seen it.
I don't know how many.
The only long-standing show I've ever watched is The Simpsons.
Oh my god! And I don't think I've ever seen The Simpsons.
What?
Cartoons? Okay.
Oh my gosh! I forgot about this.
Animation puts me to sleep.
No, guys, that's not true.
When my kids were little, and a Disney movie would come out, we would go, and that would be the best 2-hour nap that I would get in the dark. And with your kids occupied. I'm speechless. I can't, I don't know what it is.
Wait,
it's just animation can't, doesn't keep me.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm going to send
Once I got past 12,
you have to watch.
I can't do it.
Then you have to watch Demon Slayer.
Is it anime?
It's anime. I can't do anime. What do you mean? There's no way you can fall asleep on Demon Slayer. It's impossible.
And anime, all the people look alike.
Oh my gosh.
Because I know, Disney's kind of sort of like that. There is a look.
Okay, My Hero
Disney.
Academia.
They kind of look
They do all. Even
anime is kind of like that.
No, My Hero Academia, very, very, very distinct characters. Demon Slayer, you're going to kind of get into some looking alike. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that Lisa watches at least 3 episodes of an anime by Thanksgiving because I'm going to need a little time on this because there's just anime is the best thing ever.
Good on paper.
What? Of course it's good on paper. It's animated. Well, now a lot of it's digital animation. That's so have you ever seen Bob's Burgers?
I don't watch animation. I don't understand.
But see, I used to tell people I don't watch real TV. And people were like, what do you mean? I'm like, if it has humans acting, I'm not going to watch that. No, that's not my thing. But I love anime. My husband loves anime. I think the only real people we like is probably Jurassic. Anything in the Jurassic series. My husband's a dinosaur nut. Yeah, no, I love all things. And even our daughter, she'll tell you, Mommy, I want to watch Bob's Burgers. And I'm so proud. I feel like I've succeeded in life because she loves Sailor Moon. How cool is that? No, I don't. Okay, well, it's fun. We always find differences, right? Whether we mean to or not. And you like real people. And I have no
on TV. On TV. Because I don't like a lot of real people in real life.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
I'm an introvert. So
I don't
have to have people. Not a lot of them.
Not at all.
So on TV they're safe. You can turn them off.
You can turn them off.
You don't have to agree with them.
But I think I dislike people so much that I like anime better. I don't have to watch real people.
If I could get past, I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
Yes. I'm going to talk to my husband who wants to guest star on here, and I'm not going to let him. He has a very suave, deep voice, and I don't want that. Puts me to sleep. His voice, he reads me anime, and I'm out like a baby. I could have the worst day of my life. He reads One Piece to me, and I'm like his voice just takes me out. But I'll get with him to see which anime we should have Lisa watch. And she has to watch at least 3 episodes. But I'll pick some. I don't understand.
Okay.
I really don't. We're so far off sexiest man alive. Ooh, and then we can pick anime. See, that's mine. Now, if we were picking anime sexiest man alive, I'd never run out of men. I'm getting a little low on men over here. That's just me.
Key word alive. I don't think anime, they're alive.
They are. The character hasn't been killed. See, this is the difference. Bart Simpson is very much so alive and well.
Oh, okay, guys. Gun on paper. I put it in the same category as the chickens, but
oh, no way.
Yeah.
Nowhere near the chicken coops. That was not a good idea. You have this gorgeous backyard. I'm like, this would not work. Okay, guys. Well, it was nice to have coffee with you and chat with you guys. This was actually a really fun and funny episode to me because this is like as different as we are about anything.
Yes.
Because I don't want to watch humans like at all.
Well, if two people, if both of you are the same, one of you is unnecessary.
Ooh.
That's my philosophy.
Oh, that's good.
You don't need two of anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to match. I don't like matchy things.
No, and I certainly don't need multiples of that.
Yeah. So, it's all good.
That's fair. That is fair. You'll do reviews on human shows, and I will do reviews on animated series, and we will be good. Well, guys, until next time, sorry we kept you a little longer than usual, but hopefully you had a good laugh, and we will get with you next week.
Thanks, guys.